Have you ever seen an employee making a mistake or missing a deadline and you stayed silent? You told yourself, I don't want to hurt their feelings. I don't want to be the bad guy. You think you're being nice, but in Silicon Valley, they call this ruinous empathy. And it is the silent killer of high-performing teams. Today, I'm handing you the K.I.N.D protocol. This is the scientific framework for giving tough, painful feedback that actually makes people thank you. If you want to master the art of leadership and stop walking on eggshells, hit that subscribe button. Let's stop being nice and start being effective. Think of Miranda Priestley. She enters a room immediately and starts critiquing everything, from the choice of a belt to the incompetence of her staff. When you ambush someone like that, their amygdala hijacks their prefrontal cortex. They physically cannot hear you because they are in a high threat state. How do we deal with this? Step 1 of the K.I.N.D protocol is knock. You need a micro yes before you enter. Imagine if a doctor ran up to you on the street and stuck a needle in your arm, you'd punch them, right? But if you go to a clinic and they say, this is going to pinch, you sit still. Feedback is like a needle. You cannot administer it without consent. You need to lower the threat state before you deliver the data. You simply ask a short question to get permission. For instance, do you have 5 minutes for some feedback in the morning meeting? Or can I share an observation with you? When they say yes, the brain shifts from defense to readiness. And this is based on the SCARF model by Dr. David Rock, published in the Neuro Leadership Journal. The A stands for autonomy. When you ambush someone, you violate their autonomy. Conversely, when you ask for permission, when you knock, you restore their autonomy. The brain perceives the feedback as choice and not an attack. Let's look at a real-life scenario. In a bad ambush approach, a manager walks in and says, "Hey, why did you speak over the client?" And that was rude. Now the employee immediately reacts defensively thinking, I didn't, they were interrupting me. On the other hand, the knock approach sounds like this. Hey, I have some thoughts on how the client call went. Are you open to some feedback right now, or should we wait until 2 p.m.? Now the employee might say, okay, sure, I'm now open. Now they have braced themselves and are ready. Ultimately, you cannot enter the room until the door is open. Before we move on, I want to know, do you prefer your boss to give you feedback immediately in the moment, or schedule a specific time for it? Tell me your preference in the comments below. Now stay tuned for what comes next, where many believe they are giving the right kind of feedback, but are unknowingly getting it wrong. Before we move to step 2, let's talk about the compliment sandwich. Most of you were taught this method. The top bun is, you're doing great. The meat, you missed the deadline. And the bottom bun, but you're a valuable asset. Stop doing this immediately. It is destroying your credibility. Instead, do step number 2. Isolate the behavior and neutralize the emotion. The compliment sandwich doesn't soften the blow. It confuses the brain. Why? Because of the recency effect. When the employee leaves the room remembering only the last thing you said, I am a valuable asset. As a result, they don't fix the problem. And then you have to fire them in 6 months, and they are shocked. The sandwich is not kindness. It is manipulative insincerity. Instead, use the I.N. method. First, isolate specific facts, not personality. For example, a bad approach is saying you are lazy, which attacks personality, while a good approach is saying the brief was submitted 2 days late, which states a fact. Then neutralize, remove the anger and state the consequence calmly, such as, when the brief is late, the engineering team has to work the weekend. Now, this is backed by science. Professor James at Stanford and Professor Warren at USC wrote about this in The Dangers of the Compliment Sandwich. They found that burying the lead causes anxiety. Employees spend the whole meeting waiting for the other shoe to drop, meaning they don't hear the praise or the critique. Consequently, radical candor requires you to challenge directly. Consider this real-life comparison. A weak sandwich approach sounds like this. Hey, I love your energy, but the report has some errors. But overall, great vibe. The result? The employee thinks that the errors don't matter. In contrast, the K.I.N.D protocol is direct. I want to talk about the report. It had 4 statistical errors. Because of those errors, the client questioned our data integrity. Now, this stinks, but it is clear, and clarity is kindness. Has the boss ever given you a compliment sandwich that left you confused about where you stood? Type yes if the compliment sandwich didn't help in the comments below. Now let's pause for a moment. If you were a leader watching this, I know why you use the sandwich. Maybe you're afraid, or you're afraid they will quit. But your fear is creating a culture of mediocrity. If your managers are too nice to hold people accountable, your high performers will eventually leave because they are tired of carrying the dead weight. We train executives on the K.I.N.D protocol and radical candor. We teach you how to build a culture where feedback flows like water and not like a weapon. If you want to build a high-performance team that actually trusts each other, hit the link below to apply for the executive fluency training. Let's get real. Now you knocked and got the permission. You isolate the issue with data, and at this point, the room is tense. They know they messed up, and this is the pivot point. If you stop here, you are just a critic. To be a leader, you must do step number 3, define the future. Feedback looks backward, but coaching looks forward. The moment the data is on the table, you must switch your verb tense from past to future. Do not ask, why did you do that? Because that leads to excuses. Instead, ask what we can do to ensure this doesn't happen next time. And this is the care personally. Part of the equation. You are defining path back to success. You are moving from judge to partner. Define means co-creating the solution. Francis Ray and Anne Morris from Harvard Business School published Begin with Trust. They argue that trust is built on 3 legs: authenticity, logic, and empathy. If you deliver the logic or the critique without the empathy or the support, the triangle collapses. Step D restores the empathy. In a real-life scenario, a critic might say, just fix it and don't let it happen again. Now leaving the employee feeling alone. However, a K.I.N.D leader says, I know this is tough to hear, but I'm telling you this because I want you to lead the next project, and you can't do that if the data is sloppy. So let's define the fix. What tool do you need to catch these errors before they ship? Now you are solving the problem together. When you receive bad feedback, do you prefer to be left alone to process it? Or do you want to problem solve immediately? Type space or solve in the comments below. Ultimately, being nice is easy. It requires 0 courage. Being kind using the K.I.N.D protocol is hard. It requires you to knock, isolate the hard truth, neutralize the emotion, and define the future. But this is the price of admission for leadership. However, everything we discussed today works for one-on-one conversation. What happens when the bad news isn't for one person? What happens when it's for 100 people? What happens when the company is merging, pivoting, or laying off people? You cannot use the same script for a layoff that you use for a performance review. The stakes are life and death for the culture. In episode 12, we are facing the ultimate test. We will cover how to navigate change management and deliver the hardest news a leader ever has to deliver. If you want to know how to lead when the ship is shaking, you need to watch this. Courage is kindness, and click here to master the next step. See you in the next video.